I'm Melissa Fuller with Shape of the City. We are at Fire Station number 1 here in Lincoln, Nebraska, downtown area. I am with Captain Crist. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So we are going to be talking about winter safety. And so I would love to hear, what are some of the big things, what are the big things causing fires this time of year?
You know, cooking is always the number one reason for fires, and basically it's unattended cooking utensils. People put something on the stove and then get distracted with something outside or something with children. So, you know, once you decide to cook, commit yourself to that cooking. Turn those pan handles back when you're cooking to, you know, so that a kiddo can't get a hold of it and pull it down on them. Ensure that your oven is off before you leave your home, you know, for an extended period of time. So cooking is probably the number one thing that we think of. And then, you know, it's the time of the holidays. So people like to burn candles and like to cozy up to a fire. You know, remember that there are alternatives to actually lit candles now. You can buy the, you know, just the flicker battery operated candles. They actually offer some pretty good ambiance. And then fireplaces. You know, before you light your fire for the first time, be sure that you have had that chimney cleaned or at least inspected to make sure that there's not a big buildup of creosote in the inside of that chimney, which can cause fires.
All right, detectors. What are your tips for people to keep an eye on their either smoke detector, their carbon monoxide detector? What are those things that they should be keeping in mind? So
we just recently fell backwards for our clocks. And we recommend anytime you change your clocks that you change the batteries in your detectors. Most detectors have a life of about 10 years. So if you build a new home 10 years ago and you know you haven't changed those, just replace them. It's worth it. You know, smoke detectors are detecting, they detect the smoke early on and are going to get you out of your house and keep you safe. So change those batteries every time we change the clock. So that would mean, you know, changing those batteries every 6 months. But that's a small investment for that insured security.
And carbon monoxide detectors as well?
Same thing, yep. So carbon monoxide detectors, you know, you want to keep them in the lowest level of your home, like outside of where your furnace area is. The new mentality is that we have one of those on every level as well. And it used to be just down by the furnace. So we recommend that you have a CO detector on every level. We recommend now that you have a smoke detector inside and outside of every bedroom. So that's kind of some new thoughts. You know, I know that sometimes those smoke detectors can be an annoyance near a kitchen. You know, you're cooking up some fried chicken and it smokes enough to make that smoke detector go off. Don't take the battery, don't deactivate that detector.
And there are a lot of different types of smoke detectors now. It's not, I mean, there may be some that are wired in, some that have batteries.
Yep. Some of them are hardwired, some of them are still the disposable, some of them are the combo, the smoke detector with the CO detector. So there's several different types on the market.
And if you're renting, let's say it's not your place, but you should probably be aware too of the things that you
right? You know, that's, you know, if you're renting a place, that's something to look for when you walk through. You know, when you walk through for the first time, is the landlord have smoke detectors on, you know, on every floor at least, and inside and outside of those bedrooms. If not, ask them to do that. That is their responsibility to make sure that the renting property is safe for the renters.
Are there any other things, any other final thoughts you would want to leave with our viewers in terms of staying safe over the winter months?
Well, you know, as it gets cold, we also think of slips and trips. So, you know, avoid going out if we know that the sidewalk is slick, especially our older constituents. We want to make sure that they stay safe and not walk out on ice. You know, scooping snow can precipitate a cardiac event. So, you know, if you're of the age that maybe you should hire someone to have that snow shoveled rather than go out and do it yourself.
What are some other things, especially with the holidays, we should be keeping in mind?
So, you know, when we think about the holidays, we think about plugging in lights. We put lights on our house, we put lights in our home, we put lights on our Christmas tree. We want to make sure that we're using proper plug-in receptacles for those extension cords. For instance, plug them into a surge protected strip so that in the event that there is a short in those lights, it will shut off.
And I imagine with cold weather, for those who may smoke, they may be trying to smoke more indoors to stay warm.
Yep. Be sure that your smoking materials are completely extinguished before you go to bed. We discourage people from smoking in bed. And also, if you are smoking in an apartment, you must have the proper receptacle to put that out. And be sure that it is extinguished completely before you go back inside, because that amazingly can start that decking on fire, and it's happened in the past where it's taken an entire building. So
thank you so much.
absolutely, thank you.
So we invite everyone, just stay safe, be smart, and thanks for watching.